Min is still on the left. Perfect. Hey guys, welcome to this next game. It is the deciding game of the most aggressive ZVZ you could possibly ever see. We are going to be having SlayerS.Min being the red Zerg in the bottom left, going up against Annyung.Prime, the blue Zerg in the top right. This is part of the TSL for Qualifier number 3. It is the Korean server 1, and it is it's looking ridiculously Korean. That's the only way to put it. Looks like the voting is definitely in favor of Min still. If you guys still want to vote, go to zanderfever.tv/vote and we can just see the good old numbers popping up below that little area down here. But let's go ahead and just say the fact that it is Daybreak, which is a really interesting map for ZVZ for the chief reason of the massive distance between the two players and the fact that it is a two-player map. So you have two interesting dynamics can go on. We've got the very obvious strength of a hatchery first because of the long rush distances, but because of the fact it's also a two-player map, you can metagame the hatch first very easily and go for an early pool aggressive build. For example, the build that Min did in the last game, that 10 pool build where you go for all your drones, plop down spine crawlers, and you become incredibly aggressive. You can try and take advantage of a hatchery first, but considering that it failed on Ohana, I highly doubt he's going to be doing that in this game. But in terms of talking about the metagame, it's a very realistic thing to suggest. But take a look at the fact that it may be something that Annyung is fearing, considering that Annyung just went down and threw a pool first down on this map instead of the hatchery first, while Min is going to be going for the hatchery first on his side of the map. So he's got an opportunity to be very, very defensive and in the lead, considering his hatch is going to be guaranteed to be ahead of Annyung's. But Annyung is going to skip the gas and go straight for his 16 hatch, which is going to be his best move to not be too far behind against this hatchery first out of Min. So Min's economy is going to be a little bit better, a little bit faster, but he's also skipping on getting out the gases before the pool. Some players actually like to go for a speeding opener after the hatchery first so you can get out that metabolic boost very quickly, but it does leave you vulnerable to some of those earlier metagaming builds where the Zerg tries to go ahead and take advantage of what the hatching first Zerg is going to be doing. So 6 pools, 7 pools, 8 pools, they can end up doing sometimes a scary amount of damage against that kind of play from their opponent. So here we have the first queen coming along the way, 3/4 of the way done, and Min has just now completed his spawning pool. But with Min being ahead in the gas income, he's going to be able to get out a lot of time actually, in terms of advantage of having the metabolic boost out, while Annyung does not have that. And metabolic boost speedlings, they're a lot stronger than just slowlings of your opponent. It allows you to basically get a much better positioning. You can end up using those lings to just guarantee a decisive victory, because it means there's no retreat for your opponent. If your opponent is slower than you, you can just chase them down as they try and retreat. But at the moment, we're just having mutual scouting coming out from both of the players. Min has a nice little spread of overlords all the way across the field. Moving along here, looks like he'll be able to scout here and see that the natural's going to be mined. Looks like he's going to be able to count the drones, because that's what you really want to be able to see. If he sends this overlord back here, you can see the drones and know it's not going to be like a fake expansion where it just functions to give you another queen or more larvae, and you end up going for just a stockpile of lings and just stream in. It's a really gimmicky way to win, but as far as surprises go in ZVZ, it's terrible to all of a sudden see 30 lings just hitting you. And now we do have double gas coming out for Annyung, so he's delaying his gas, but he'll still be able to have a solid amount of income. Spine crawler defensively for him, and the same thing for Min as well. So things are looking to be pretty even so far. The drone counts are exactly even, 25 each, so it looks like we're going to be in for a very different game from the last couple ones that we've seen. We're going to have a macro play out of both players. We've already got 2 queens here at the natural expansion. That Ling is going to see this, and hopefully got far enough to see the drones mining there, because that's going to be enough to tell Min that he's going to be perfectly fine. But the baneling nest is already coming out for Annyung, and it could just be a defensive baneling nest. We'll find that out shortly. The baneling nest is already done for Min, but he's not getting any banelings quite yet. I don't think either player is really planning on being offensive with the banes. They may try and sneak a bane or two into the other person's main base, but odds are it won't succeed, and they just made... Wait a second, we got third base. So Min is going to go for a third base over here already. So he's definitely playing defensive banelings only. He may try and fake the pressure a little bit against Annyung, because if he can fake the pressure, Annyung may assume that Min's going to be a lot more aggressive, and it could really favor Min. But we got gases going down. We got the Evo chamber out. We could see the missile turrets the missile range upgrade attack thing getting researched for Annyung, and that will allow for very strong roaches to come out for him quite quickly. But we're having tech versus eco right now. Actually, whoa, the tech's actually really fast for both players. Talk about greed coming out from Min, but he's going to have the same level of tech and a better economy than Annyung. Annyung is going to need to basically pressure Min really hardcore and see that the space is coming up, because as of right now, I believe he does not have oh, he has scouted that, so he knows that the third is up, so he's got to be really careful. But Min is doing a nice job of feinting the pressure with just a few banelings, and if he gets a lucky hit off, this entire army of slow links could be dead. But okay, Annyung's going to be good at looking at this, and he's going to be able to pull them back without too much difficulty. But let's just look at the banelings, because they're nice and pretty in neon. Just look at that. Ooh, they're waddling. I enjoy watching it, and I realize it's very odd of me, but oh well. Alright, so now this link's going to come over here and try and pressure this third, but take a look at the creep spread. Already connecting it, so Min is going to be, I don't think he's going to be too hard pressed to actually defend this. He can bring in his links right now, he's going to do just that, but he's going to have to be really careful about how he engages. Annyung's got the superior link count. This hatch is actually looking to be very vulnerable, but the link count, better concave is, well, left side is blue, right side is red, but now it's looking like red. Min does win. Min wins with a single surviving link. Perfect time for that engagement. But now we have more links going to be coming in from Annyung on the left. We've got on the left, that's the right. What am I talking about? But we still have even drones from both these players. Food counts are so tight. We're going to have the Bane get the... Never mind. No explosion there for that Baneling. Almost actually got the key explosion to give Min a decisive advantage. But it looks like Annyung is throwing down his own third. But what's the Roach Tech looking like? Spires coming down now for Annyung. We've got a Hydra Den out for Min. So we have Hydras. And wait a second, we have Infestors too. We've got Infestors coming out, but before the Patching Glands. That's actually, I'd even say that's a mistake and a blunder. We're having this third forced to cancel. Min forces to cancel. He's going to be able to retreat with a few of his lings. We have a few bands going to come down there, but they did get seen there and get picked off. But could they get one explosion? Does get a nice count of lings, but it looks like Annyung's doing a great job of actually retreating those links, so he keeps them alive. Min is continuing to run around and be aggressive. There are a few Hydras on the field, but he's got to be really careful. The Baneling Hydra combination is a lot of DPS, but good link management could handle this. Some nice micro, but the mutas are now on the way for Annyung across the field. They should be able to attack Min. I don't know if Min is going to be truly ready for it. He does have Spore Crawlers to make it, so he should be a little bit able to be defensive with this, but there we have some Banes getting wasted actually, but there's a nice Bane explosion over there, and these mutas are going to start pressing it, but they're already two Spore Crawlers. These mutas will accomplish nothing there, but there is going to be a fungal, possibly. Oh no, not enough energy. We need a little bit more energy. There we have more Infestors coming out. Are they going to get the fungals down? They do land one fungal on the mutas, but this cloud of mutas is actually pretty strong. There's not enough Hydras out there, and these mutas are getting fungled a lot. There's enough to finish off. Oh, we just need a couple Hydra shots down there, but the Hydras are in low enough numbers. They're not going to do so well. This Hydra is actually just being very much idle. But we're going to have them getting targeted down. More Hydras are going to come into play, and they should be target firing the hurt mutas, but we're down to 3 mutas. Min just had a beautiful trade. Annyung just lost so many Hydras, and we actually just saw a Vegetarian pop under nothing. I don't know, but we're going to have a 4th base out for Annyung over there shortly, and a double expansion to take map control almost with the mutas, but the goal was to take map control with the mutas and be able to have lots of bases, and then probably stream in with a Roach army to try and overwhelm Min, because the missile turret, I keep saying missile turrets, the missile range attack is coming down there as well, so Hydra Den, so we're going to have Roach Hydra, upgraded Roach Hydra for him. Min, his upgrades are a little bit behind, but he is going to have the Roach speed out shortly, but this base is done, and it looks like Min is fully aware of all the bases, so he knows the state of how this game could be progressing. He may be preparing to go for a big attack. He may just sweep here and then go straight to the natural expansion, or he can try and hook around the bottom, move here and then hit the natural, or possible double pronged attack, Lings here, Roach Hydra down there. It could be very effective, but it looks like Min will be choosing to at the very least just grab the watchtower, but he's not leaving a Ling there. Overlord is in a good spot to go ahead and get a nice little scout. We're having a couple Overlords getting picked off over there. The Hydra's adding a nice bit of anti-air here. But we're going to have, look at that. Min's now going to be the one getting supply blocked, as this singular Muta has 4 kills, and they're probably all just Overlords. So now Min is going to take down this base. There's not enough anything close by to actually defend it. So Annyeong's not going to have this pay off. But the Brewlings can actually get the Baneling! Nice job, Brewlings, getting the singular Bane, which is going to decrease the threat to the Lings of Annyeong to such a high degree. Well done by him. But Min is still just waiting on for his Infestors. He's going to be able to get more Infestors with this army. And if he can land key Fungals, it's going to be really devastating. Roach Hydra is definitely the best DPS combination for the mid-game of ZVZ. But when you add in a couple Infestors to get a few key Fungals, you add a positioning advantage to your own Roach Hydra that may offset the fact that your Infestors are taking so much gas away from the army of your own Roach Hydra. So it's going to be a really volatile fight. These few Lings here are going to be so pivotal in terms of functioning as a tank. But we're having this scouting Muta. It looks like it's going to retreat, or will the Hydras be able to take it down? It doesn't get to retreat, so that's nice for him. But now we're going to see a big spread of these Roach Hydra from Annyeong. If you can get the spread right, it may be enough to offset the fungal disadvantage that he's going to be having. But Min is still mining from his 3 base comfortably. Both players actually mining quite well off their 3 bases. They've got very similar drone counts. This entire game, they've basically been mirrored. But Min, with his 3rd base up for longer, is actually managing to be ahead in the food count. But now we're just watching this Ling run by fail utterly. As that one Ling that got into the main base gets picked off by Queens without any issue. But now we're going to have the assault happening on the bottom. We're going to have moving forward. We need to see some Fungals. There we see some Fungals going down there. Min is continuing to be aggressive. Nice Fungal added on there. We got some Infested Terran there. We got a better spread and Spine Crawler play coming out here for Annyeong. He may just be able to overwhelm the Hydra count. The DPSs may just be too much. The Infestors of Min are just not adding to the damage enough. The Infested Terran are getting handled easily, and they're coming out one by one. I mean, we just see like the 3rd wave of Infested Terran. They're going to get killed before they can do much of anything, and Annyeong just crushed Min's attack. Well done by Annyeong, getting that really nice spread, not falling prey to the Fungals that Min has, and Min has very little energy left on his Infestors, and he's got to keep them alive. His Roaches are just falling prey because this Roach Hydra combination definitely beats pure Roach. As long as you got enough Roaches to tank it to allow the Hydras to do the DPS, Annyeong is going to be in a decisive advantage. And this one Muta is actually going to pick off an Infestor. That is a big pick off for this Muta. 7 kills. It is ridiculously cost inefficient to fungal an Infested Terran a Muta or 1 or 2 Mutas. So if you're a Zerg and you split off 2 or 3 Mutas and you just focus fire some Infestors individually, it is possibly the most cost beneficial trade you can do in a ZVZ with this stage of tech in the game. Alright, but now we know the Spawn Crawlers are rooting. They're rooting and they're going to pick off and they can do any kinds of damage, but Annyeong has got a maxed out army. Min does not. Fungals are landing, but look at the concave of Annyeong. He's been able to push forward, and Min is looking to be in such a bad spot as he is just streaming forward as, oh god, we're having this is just steamrolling. Min is going to try and get the reinforcements, but these Infestors are clogging up so much supply that he's just getting overwhelmed. I mean, Fungals are wonderful for getting positioning, but you have to be able to back it up. Infestors are support units. They're not official army attacking units, so therefore they're going to get cornered now and possibly get completely picked off. They're landing some good Fungals. Min is bringing in more Infestors, but it is so easy to over-Infestor, and if you can't do the harassment, it leads to this situation, because that is one of the key things about when you're going for mass Infestors in ZVZ. You have to be able to be aggressive with them effectively. If you just have that big army engagement, you need the perfect Fungals, and you can't have too many Infestors. You have to be able to back it up with enough DPS to deal with another person's pure Roach Hydra combination. Annyeong's Roach Hydra combination in this game was perfect. He was able to always get that better concave that Min could not match. The Fungals weren't able to give Min the positional advantage he needed with the amount of Roach Hydra that he had in comparison to the Roach Hydra of Annyeong. So great play, really good dynamic ZVZ between these two players, very well done, and Annyeong ends up taking a very cool series 2-1. So well done by him, and we're going to move on to another series.